Well, hello YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the Paint It's Out. This fall season has been very busy for us, so I didn't do an entire house tour. I really only put up fall decorations here in the kitchen and on the living room mantle. We opened a vendor booth, that's been taking a lot of time, and we also just welcomed our very first grandchild, and so we were out of state for about a week, so time has really slipped by, and I didn't continue fall decorating because everyone is already moving into Christmas decorating. So I put up enough here in our home for us to enjoy for a while. I may leave it up another couple of weeks because I love fall decorating almost more than Christmas. I really love the colors, and I'm not really sure what theme I'm going to go with for Christmas for this year, so that's to be decided. But today I want to share how I did decorate. Now, I did decorate a lot more last year. I have lots of videos. I will link them all in the description box below. I did a lot more decorating and a lot more decorate with me videos. So if you like this video, you may want to check those out as well. So after I show you how I decorated for this year for fall, I do have a haul to share with you. Now, I filmed this 1 or 2 nights ago, so the lighting's a little bit darker, but I wanted to share some of the fun things that I found shopping over the summer season that I haven't shared with you already. So I can't wait to share those things with you, but first let's get started and see how I decorated this year for fall. Before we take a look at the few touches I've added for fall throughout the house, I wanted to show you these thrifted lamps. Now, I got a pair of these at the Goodwill somewhere in Georgia, I think Augusta, and they were $6.99 a piece. They came with this globe, just a frosted glass globe. It looks like it should be in a bathroom, and I cleaned them up, but I didn't like this globe, so I was on the lookout for some other ones. But I have these. They are throughout my house. I bought several light fixtures with these type of kind of old world frosted candle-like globes. Now, I really like them. I know a lot of people think they are dated, but I do really like them. And so I took 2 and put them on here. Now, you'll see I use these throughout with candles inside, faux candles, all kinds of stuff. So I like these. And you can strip this frosted look off of there. And I did that with 2 of them as an experiment. And this is what they turned out like. So you can take like Awesome and a scrub brush, and you can get most of that off. These are the same style. I think this one's a little smaller from like a sconce. But anyway, you can get them to look like this. And then you can use a flame light bulb inside or whatever you want to do. So I had done these with the thought of using them for Christmas. So I'm thinking about doing a DIY to spruce these up and add them for Christmas, but I'm not sure. You can also take these and do like some kind of fun Halloween silhouettes on them or whatever. So always look at your globes in your thrift stores. So I do have 2 of these to do a project later on, and I'll probably keep these or donate them or do a little Christmas, or do, if I don't break them, do a little bell Christmas project or something. So I have those. But I ended up going with these. And then the other day, we were in Tennessee, and we took a little trip out there, and I found these. These were, I think, $1. Yes, they were $1. And they also have that old world kind of look. So I went ahead and grabbed these in case I want to do another little project or swap these out for some reason. So I have 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. So we may be doing some fun painting projects with these in the near future. But for now, I really like these. I think they look nice and old world. And again, I love that style. For this area, I just tried to layer lots of items to cover as much of the backsplash and countertop as possible. We definitely want to do a kitchen remodel, and these are kind of like not the prettiest countertops and backsplash, but we are grateful for all the storage space. So I just took some things that I had, some greenery. I do like mixing green and orange and the rust colors together. Now, these round medallions I got at a consignment store, or I got some of the other things that I will be showing you in this video, or maybe I already did show you. They were, I think, 2 for $24 or something like that. I think they're around $12 a piece. So I got those. I always use these lanterns. I tucked some of those leaves in there from Hobby Lobby a few years ago. They were still new in the pack and I thought, well, I should probably use them. Just some pumpkins. These I painted in sort of a copper with a black and glaze overlay to tone them down. Just tried to mix different fall colors. So I did bring the Swan from the living room out here to the kitchen. She was on the mantle and she is just on a wreath, and I tucked lots of greenery inside there. And this is one of those faux cabbages, I believe, you can get from Hobby Lobby. I use her year round. I did a tutorial on this finish in a previous video. And there's another one of those frames. There's 3 of them. There's one down there. I went ahead and took the artwork out. I will be giving them a makeover, but the color goes great for fall, so I decided to use them one more time before I painted them. And then another lantern to match the one on the other side. So now on top of the refrigerator, I tried to draw attention away from our little refrigerator. When we remodel, we'd like to do a built-in counter depth refrigerator. But for now, I just try to put as much as I can up here to draw your attention away from the fridge. So I have some books, and this teapot is my mother's. If you're watching, Mom, I have your teapot. There are some books stacked and under this pot. Now I got that pot at a consignment store and just put some fall grasses in there. This is actually a little bird's nest I thrifted. And this is another one of those pumpkins that I did that textured finish on. I do have a tutorial that I did last year. I'll link it below. And a bird cage with another little glass pumpkin and one of those candles. Or candle globes, I'm sorry. I did not turn on the candle inside of there. So that's all that's on the fridge. Down from the refrigerator is our little area here beside the stove. And I just have a couple little things here. One greenery stem. They are my favorite from Hobby Lobby. I want to get some more because I use them all year long. They're a great investment. Now, this is a frame that I redid. I got it new from Hobby Lobby. It was on sale. And then this print, I got several prints off of Etsy. I did sell some in my booth, my vendor booth. And then this one is a frame that I did in a black textured finish. And then I put dark wax over the print to make it look more matte and aged. And it turned out really great. It's a little less shiny. So that will be coming out. I will certainly be putting a Christmas print in there. And I showed these last year. I only got 2 of them, but they went to an old serving dish, I'm sure with a center piece in it, and there were only 2 at a thrift store, so I got these, and I use them as spoon rests during the fall. And then I just have our utensils in those things, and we have trivets when we need, and all of this stuff is easily movable. So that's all I have on this side. So on the other side of the stove, I have this dark corner, and I usually have a small lamp back here, but I do have one right here and the window's right there. So I am going to be on the lookout for a little tiny lamp for the holidays, another one to put back here to brighten this corner up. And I just tucked a lot of fall decor in here. This chicken and rooster were in the process of getting a makeover, and I decided to go ahead and use them. Now, they're not finished, but we will be doing a makeover video and finishing them out soon enough. I thought, well, I might as well use them instead of just having them sitting around. And it's a nice contrast, that muted gray with all of these warm colors. And I have this pumpkin that I did in another video. I will link it below. Same textured finish I did on a lot of different pieces. And it's on a pedestal stand, a metal one, and I thrifted that and shared it in a previous haul. Another one of those spoon rests, lots of greenery, and back here I have just a decorative finial. Love the finish on that with the green. And I have a real book and one of the faux book boxes, I think from Hobby Lobby. There is a textured vase back there holding this greenery, and that was thrifted also. I will share it in another video. Actually, it was from a consignment store, but still thrifted. And just this copper and brass little bucket with some husks and a couple of candles, another trivet. And that's really it over here in this corner. We don't really use this corner for prep, so I'm able to decorate it. Now I had this little piece in my booth and I brought it home because we ended up doing the holiday open house. So I just have it sitting here. I will probably remove all of that stuff and clean it up and do something with it for Christmas. So I just have it sitting there for the moment. So that is this corner. So here on the island, I just have a little vignette. I love creating these fun little arrangements and just collecting different pieces of decor and putting them together. I just think it's so fun for all the seasons. I know you guys probably feel the same way. And sometimes you can just tuck what you have that's left over and just put it all together, and it usually works out just fine. Like I had these wood candlesticks that I wasn't using. I brought those down from storage. And this pumpkin is one that I painted to look old world. They are normally a dark brown from Hobby Lobby. I did 3 of those. This is a ceramic vintage owl that I had painted several years ago. Lots of little greenery pieces and acorns and so forth tucked all around. I think I have some artichokes back there. And then inside of this basket, I added this metal candle holder. You can barely see it. And I have another one of those candle globes with one of the battery operated candles inside. I kept that arrangement fairly small so that we have this whole surface area to work with and make all kinds of yummy fall treats. Now I'm zoomed in here, so I hope it's not too blurry, but this is what's above the kitchen sink, that window at the sink. And I just have a few things to sew it. You know, it kind of looks like the look is finished out for fall. It's just enough to add a touch and kind of pull the room together. So that's all I did up there. Now on this side, I kept it very simple. I did not finish out a lot of the decor because it's so late in the season. But what I did was, first of all, I swapped out the curtains. I moved those peat green ones back into the living room. And these are also from Amazon. I will link them in the description box below. I actually had some that were a very similar color, and I didn't realize it how close they were, but these are a little bit different. These are called, I think, burnt ochre. They're a beautiful, rich, almost rust color. I can't really describe it, but they're so pretty. I really love them. Now, I do love these curtains. I love the color and texture, but they are not lined like the ones that are from Half Price Drapes that I have linked in my Amazon store. I will link these as well. In fact, I think I already have them linked. They are really nice, but they do not have the full lining behind them. So that is a difference. They are much less expensive, but that is why they are less expensive, because you kind of get what you pay for these days, right? But the color is beautiful and they're lightweight, so they are fine for me for this fall season. And we don't use them for privacy. They just hang to the side just as a decorative accent. So here on this wall in the kitchen, I did use that same Asian screen that I used last year. The arrangement is different. And last year, if you go back and watch that tour, I will link it in the description box below, I did have a couch here. And so it took up a lot of wall space, the couch and that screen. But for now, I have this little arrangement. Those boxes my husband made years ago, they are upside down. I finally got them oiled, so they are richer. I painted these urns in a previous video. They are resin from Lowe's. I will also link that in the description box below. And I just have those grapevine wreaths that we got. We actually made them from our muscadine vines outside. And because I could not find the evergreen trees, the faux evergreen trees that I wanted for here for now, I just decided to go ahead and add these little cages or obelisks, whatever you want to call them, cloches, metal cloches, to the top, and it just gave a little bit of sort of an architectural look to them instead of leaving them empty. And I'm going to continue looking for those trees. If you guys know of any that look real, nice sort of cedar, maybe spruce faux trees, I would love to know if you found any, ordered any on Amazon, because sometimes you can't tell what they look like by the photos, if they're real or not. Now, I love this arrangement. The only thing is you can kind of see the cords down there, so you guys just ignore those. I did not light these candles because there's not much left of these, but I just have some buffet lamps here, and these are the topiaries that I made in that video, again with that textured finish. Now, none of these things are permanent. I just tuck them in there so I can pull them out and make a different style in another year. I can do like sort of a hay look for a rustic look or whatever. So I made the topiaries, but I did not glue any of those little embellishments in them. That way I can change them out. And I needed some height, so I had 2 of these cake plates. So I just used those since they're on a glass table anyway to get the height where I needed it. And now these candlesticks are on some thrifted plates. I think they may have been from Kirkland's or something. They are black and have fruit on them. They're fall plates. Now, you may remember I had purchased these large pheasants last year, and I painted them with this one sort of metallic paint. It's all one color, but I took one of them to sell for my booth, and I did a really pretty finish on it, and it looks so much better than this, so much better. So I'm going to try to find a photo and insert it here so you can see the difference. When you do a little bit better paint finish, it really makes it look so much more elegant and expensive. But I ran out of time, so I just put this one here. And it's fine, it'll be coming down soon enough because I'll be decorating for Christmas soon. And again, I just have an arrangement here, lots of leaves and greenery. This is something that I purchased at sort of an estate sale with some other artwork years ago. And so I just put the pheasant on top of this to get that height that I needed, and tucked a lot of little things in here, a wreath and some more of those acorns. I love all of that stuff from Hobby Lobby. You really can't beat the price. They immediately make everything look like fall when you add them to your decor. And now these go so well with the leaves in this Asian screen, so I added those to the back and around, and some down here as well. And then there's the other pumpkin topiary. I just love those. So there's that little wall this year, nothing too elaborate. And then my husband and I are usually the only ones here eating, so we just have these 2 chairs. And I got those pillow covers at a thrift store. They are from Pottery Barn. And I just put down pillows in them. And I think they go nicely with all of these fall colors and even those curtains. They are more muted, but I think they look just fine. I'm sure some of you may have noticed that I moved this little bar top table back here over by the island, and we got rid of the recliners that were here in the kitchen. It was just feeling way too crowded, and I just decided to go ahead and move some things around. So I moved this little bar top table back over here, and then we have the dining table here. Now, in last year's video, if you go back and watch that, I did a fall tree, and I started 2 this year, and then I stopped. I ran out of time, and I just decided I would leave it as is. I love the little lights, and that's enough. So I did tuck a few things in here, some fall leaves and this little metal pumpkin tea light holder and one down there, but I just didn't finish it, so that's okay. It adds just a little bit of fall decor to this side of the room. Now you may remember those pillow covers. I've used those for a few years. I love them. Love that color for fall. Really any time of the year. I love that rust color. Now I did paint that pumpkin from Hobby Lobby. Added the texture and so forth, and it is on this candlestick. It's a wood candlestick. And then here in this painted urn, which I did in a previous video also, I just put some of those really bright fall leaves that you can get from Hobby Lobby. And that's really it. I just added those fall touches here. Now I haven't decorated the entire living room, so I'm just going to show you this little area here, which is the mantle. Now I didn't go all out. I usually go crazy here for the mantle, but I kept it kind of simple. If you've seen previous videos, you know I got these mirrors last year, swapped them out for some other ones I had here. And I kept it simple. Again, I just added some candlesticks, some pumpkins. When in doubt, add a pumpkin, right? So I got these metal pieces, as you remember from a video over the summer, and they're more for spring and summer, but I thought, you know, why not use them? I don't have a glass cloche that size, so I thought, well, I'll just use these, and I really like the contrast, so I added those on these little wooden pieces from Walmart. I have these little vintage quail and a faux book box again, and these pieces, you've seen me use these over and over. They're those shelves, but I like to turn them upside down. Whenever I'm doing these vignettes, I really like to just add a bunch of different elements. You kind of can't go wrong. Just add all of the things that you love, and it usually ends up working out. So that is the same on both sides of the mantle. And here's the other side. Like I said, it's the exact same. Now, if possible, I always like to buy things in pairs. Those mirrors came in pairs, the lamps. I have 2 of each of these candlesticks. Same thing with the pumpkins and these little metal cloche things here, obelisks, whatever, that I got for the spring and summer, but I really think they look great. I might use them all year. I added these little tables under here to try to hide that cord, but I need to put something on them because you can obviously still see the cord, but I wanted to show you these little tables. I got these from a lady that I was buying roosters from, and she had these for sale also. She got them at an estate sale, and I just thought they were so cute. I love the patina and the color on them. Super cute and French country. So I got a pair of those as well. Okay, and then on the mantle, I just kept it very simple. I have more of those metal pieces, some Asian figurines. These vintage pheasants I did in that antique gold kind of bronze finish that I'll be doing a tutorial on soon. I did paint this vase. I'm actually not done, but I kind of like it in that mid-stage. I did it in that color to try to pull in the color of those curtains. Now these pumpkins I got at home. They only had 2 left, and I got them to repaint because if you look at the paint finish, you know, it's okay. It's not the best. And I usually don't do a lot of blue, but I had purchased that frame that's behind this wreath from Hobby Lobby on clearance. And I thought, well, it kind of goes with that. So I thought, well, we'll add a touch of blue. So I left them as is for this season, and I really like it. So this arrangement I just pulled out of another thrifted piece that I got on Marketplace, and I stuffed it in this vase. I'm going to be giving a makeover on the other little vessel too, but I thought, well, this looks good here, so I'll just add it. It has a little bit of that bright blue. and the feathers and everything. So love that there. And then again, another pumpkin. The first thing that I wanted to share with you is this beautiful painting. Now, I did not buy it for the painting. I bought it for the frame, but that is a real canvas, a real painting. It's just a little bright. Like that part's okay. And then the bottom is super bright color. So I may tweak this a little bit with some glaze. It does have a signature, so I'm not actually sure the value or whatever of the painting. I'll do some more research, but I really purchased it for this beautiful frame. So I just love that. And again, after I do some research, I may darken it just a little bit with maybe a tad bit of glaze. I'm not sure. It might be really pretty at Christmas. I don't even know what color scheme I'm going to go with for Christmas, so for now I'll leave it as is. But again, I love the frame, and I don't know the size actually. It's pretty large. So I got that. These next two items I purchased at an antique mall where I actually have a booth, a vendor space. They were only $20 a piece, if you can believe that. After I finished decorating my space, I went walking around and spotted these in another vendor booth. So I will be doing a makeover on these. I'll be getting rid of those center tree pieces and putting fresh greenery there. Getting rid of those apples. I might reuse that moss, most likely. And then I will be doing a makeover on these bases, but I thought they were really pretty. There's nothing wrong with them the way they are, but I will probably get rid of that aqua blue color there. Yeah, I will most likely just redo those all together. Now these would be really pretty done for the holidays, but I will save them for the spring because I have enough stuff to decorate with for the holidays. So I got those also. I picked up this little statue at a thrift store. This was weeks and weeks ago. I cannot remember what I paid for it. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I always like to tell the prices of what I paid for everything, but some of this stuff I got so long ago, and I purchased so many things I can't remember. But I just love this little guy. I'm sure, if I know myself, I'm sure I didn't pay more than $20 for it, $25. I'm not sure. It could have been $15. Can't remember. I love this patina. Now, I did look these up online. I think it's from 1974. I didn't see any markings, but I saw one exactly like this, and it said 1974. So it does need cleaned. I do love the patina. It's not the best paint job. I could always refresh it, but I like things that are imperfect like this and old. So I just think it's really pretty. Very French country. I have been picking up little planter pots and different things, and I love green. This one looks newer. And this one I think is vintage. It was very dirty when I got it. I got it at a thrift store. I think I got this one somewhere in Colombia. But I love this vintage green color. I did wash this once. It needs it again. It was covered in old dirt inside and outside. But I just love that vintage green. Isn't that such a pretty color? That would be nice at Christmas too. I might use that this year. I'm not sure. And then this one, like I said, is newer. It just looks like a Hobby Lobby piece or something. I have no idea where it's from, and I don't remember what I paid for either of these, actually. I'm sure it wasn't much. This next piece I found at Roundabout Consignment. I think they're in Irmo. They're somewhere up above Columbia, I forget. But we had gone to an estate sale and purchased a couple of things and then stopped in that consignment store. and I picked this up. I love any kind of terracotta or clay pottery, and this one has both the glazed finish on it and some of the raw clay showing, so I love that. I had this out over the summer and I'll probably put it up until the springtime. Now, from the same house that I purchased this large painting, I purchased these small ones. They're pretty, they are hand painted, but the gold is almost glitter-like. But they were just from, I think, Kirkland's or somewhere, maybe, I don't know, a long time ago. But I love these little frames. They do need cleaned up, and then I will be toning down this gold. It's pretty bright. And this one too. See, the gold's just kind of all over the place. I think that's actually a hair in the paint there, and it's not mine, so that does happen sometimes. But I just like these frames, and again, I think they're just from like Kirkland's or somewhere, maybe from the 2000s or something. So this piece looks like it is wood or faux wood. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like it's super solid wood. I don't know, but somebody chalk painted it white, or they started to. And I got this in a thrift store, so it is pretty much primed for me. And it's just a really nice stand, $5.99. So it's kind of like a nice cake plate riser stand kind of thing. So pedestal, whatever you want to call it. And I thought, wow, that would be fun to do some kind of finish on it, maybe get a large cloche. But it's a good base, and it was only $6. So I got that to do a makeover on, so we'll definitely be doing that in an upcoming video. I found this basket, and I actually had it in my little booth for sale, and I decided to bring it back home because I wanted to use it. I love the shape of this. All right, I don't know if you can see that bright blue in there. When I purchased it, it was a shiny kind of aqua blue. And I did some dry brushing over it to try to tone that down, and the bottom is still unfinished. But I decided to bring it home. I'm probably going to paint it again. I mean, that light greenish color isn't bad, but I really want to hide that aqua blue, I think, coming through underneath. I'm not sure, but I love this basket. I love this short little handle. It's a nice, I guess you call this a gathering basket. Just love it. So again, I'm probably going to repaint it. I ran out of space in my booth when I added all of my Christmas decor, so I just brought it home, and I think I will use it. Now, I did want to show this. These are from Hobby Lobby. I have a ton of them. I didn't buy any this year, but if you have some like this, now of course most people are moving straight from Halloween and fall into Christmas already, but you can take your pumpkins like this and just paint them. I sold a lot in my booth. This one I brought home, like I said, because we've already had the holiday open house. I think I left 1 or 2 in the store. But I just did some textured creamy white paint layered over black and dark gray, and then added some dark wax, and I darkened the stem there. So you can neutralize or change the color of your decor just with some paint. So these were the exact same, and of course I love this and it looks fantastic. But if you get tired of whatever pumpkins you have, just go ahead and paint them, add some texture, and I really like the way these turned out. And I've done tons of videos on adding lots of texture using sand, sanded grout. You can use all kinds of stuff. Just an idea, and when they go on clearance, seriously, scoop them up. I'm going to try to do that this year if there's any left. So this next item is one that we found at the Goodwill. Now we've already stripped everything out of it, and I am going to sand the inside as smooth as I possibly can, and I'm going to get it ready for a new interior. Now most people would do a fabric liner, like a velvet, like that was in it. Now it was so old and nasty, it was completely deteriorated. It was just gross and falling apart, and so it's been scraped. And what I'm going to do is try a product that I hadn't really seen before, but let me show you what it is. I want to do a nice clean look on the inside, but again, didn't want to use fabric. So I'm going to sand and most likely restain the outside. And then on the inside, I'm going to try to use this. All right, now this product has probably been around for a while, but it is new to me, so I have never seen anyone use it online. I'm sure tons of people have, but I just happened to see it advertised on Michael's when I was looking for some other paint products, and I thought, I'm going to try this on the inside of that silverware box because I don't want to mess with fabric. So I got the brown, ivory, black, and green. And it just gives you that crushed velvet look. It's 2 steps. You've got the primer or the base coat, and then whatever this other coat is. And it just gives you that flocking kind of look. Now, I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to doing this silverware box, but that will probably be in a separate video. But I wanted to share this with you as an alternative. I hope it works. I can leave the link to it in the description box below, but you can just go to Michael's, and I had to look around for it. It's with all the craft paints. It was on an end cap in its own little section, so you can also probably find it online. Anyway, that's that. I'm going to give it a try on this, and if I like it, I'll probably do some more ornaments and things like that with it. So this is that finish that it should look like. I just bought these at Michael's. Now I'm probably going to be returning these because I just got them out of the box. They already have damage. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm a little concerned that the product may not be that great, but I love this natural color. And they have these at Michael's in several different colors. You can get 6 large ornaments for $9.99, I think. I will insert a couple photos from when I was in the store, but I love this natural brown color. They only had 1 box of these left, and like I said, a couple of them are damaged, so I might be returning these and seeing if they have any other ones. But these are at Michael's, but that is that finish, if I can get it to focus. There we go, that's a better view. So that's what it's supposed to look like a velvety flocked finish. So we will see. I mentioned we went to an estate sale and got a few things. These are from that estate sale before we went to that consignment store. So I got 2 books. This one's on oil painting, and I got it because of the hardcover. I love that green to decorate with. And it's also about painting, so I love that. And then this one, the American Impressionist, again about painting. And I loved the color of this as well. It's like a muted brown. So I will be using these to decorate with. I think these were maybe like $8 a piece. Okay, actually this one was only $5, so that's good. And yeah, this one was $5 too, so that's great. So I got those 2. And then the main thing that I got at this sale, let me show you. Now, as most of you know, on the first day, everything is full price, and there were a ton of people there. So I didn't think that this was going to still be around. Well, on the second day, it was still there, and it was going to be 25% off. Well, when they were moving it up to the table to hold it for me, this got broken off. This whole little tip right there. And so I ended up getting an even bigger discount. I cannot remember exactly what I paid for this, but I just love those colors. And I glued the little lid piece when I got back home, and I will try to touch up the paint. So that is probably my favorite find recently. I do love that painting. Well, I love the frame. So let me know what you think about this painting. Should I try to darken that just ever so slightly so it looks a little more antique? Do you guys have this painting? Is it something that also came from Kirkland's? I don't know. I will try to research it. But either way, I love it. I love the frame, and if I don't find another painting to put in there, I think I might try to darken that. So let me know. Tell me if I'll ruin it or not. Well, thank you all for spending some of your time with me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I decorated for fall for this year. I know it wasn't a lot, but again, it was enough for us to feel like the fall season during this busy time of year. and we are excited to move into the holiday season. I love decorating for Christmas as well. I'm not really sure what color scheme I'm going to do this year. If you guys would like to share yours in the comments below, I would love to hear that. I know I'm kind of interested in switching things up this year. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I have some ideas, so I hope you will join me for future videos. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to do so. I do have lots of tutorials to share. I plan on doing lots of Christmas DIYs and other home decor makeovers and other painting tutorials, so I hope you will join me on my channel in the future, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. So until then, bye for now.